Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of the eUSL season here on Football Manager. We're here playing out the next couple matches of our season. I'm going to look into using the suggested squad that we have in play with Valaquez, Lambert, and Yarrow all getting it playing time in here, but I feel rather confident in us kind of going forward, although it's going to be a close match against a team who's currently in second. That everyone seems rather rested up and kind of ready to play. I feel like it'll be an interesting fixture going forward. Heard that, especially against Cloudsdale, who, as we saw from their 4-3 emphatic victory and 1-0 victory in the second match of the season, are a very tough opponent. So I feel like this should honestly be a rather fun match to watch and take into account, so we'll see how everything ends up going forward. This is how I'm choosing to kind of line up this fixture. I'm still going to stick with a 4-2-3-1, but we'll see how everyone kind of gets involved. Leo Moloto is going to be left off today, as I bring kind of Enzo Martinez onto the bench. Corey Herzog will be a very good suggestion to kind of bring in as a sub, same to Cameron Awasa, who I have yet to play this year, and Dane Kelly as well. Here are the matches for this week as we now look into the match preview. Still that $31 admission, which is always rather entertaining and funny to see with me, so I'm excited to see how these games today shall play out. My goal, or our goal today as a league, is to try and get through the next 3 matches so that everyone will have played 5 and get to that halfway point of the season. And by now, so I am interested and excited to see how this season has been progressing. We have Sean Francis and Solomon Asante both on yellow cards, which is concerning because it would take them out from the next match if I play them. But Solomon Asante is, I would argue, one of the best players on my team, and I have to play him. I probably could do without Sean Francis in there and probably play someone like Jared Van Schaik or Javon Watson, but I'm going to go with what they suggested and play Sean Francis in that position, and we'll just see how things go for this match. Let's submit the team and let's move on to the match. Let's see how things go. So we're currently waiting on getting everything kind of lined up for this fixture. Still currently waiting on it. I'm going to be interested to see how Valaquez plays as that central defender, as he has always typically been on that left side where Santi Moar has been playing. But as you guys saw from that last match, Moar played a very great game on that side, getting that 1 goal from the match. So I feel like we almost have to keep playing him on the team just so to kind of have that star power on that side of the field. But the teams are warming up for the match, and let's see how everything goes. I've heard that we might have a bit of a kit clash for this match, as I chose to go with vertical blue and white stripes, while Cloudsdale their primaries are blue and white hoop kits, and they're going to end up with their brown alternates for this fixture. Let's ask the assistant for that. Let's do it for the fans today. Hand over to the assistant, and in the team talk, let's dive into the match. Let's see how things go. I feel like this game is probably going to be above 2.5 total goals for everyone, and this will end up being a rather exciting fixture to look back on. Although I could very well end up saying that and we get a bunch of 1-0 results like we had for week 2 of this match, as we're waiting on the start of the fixture. Interval send Lewis, Cato, forward, Villarreal, Okugo, Barahona, Moberg, Jadama, Miller, and Kuzminski starts on the other side. Lancaster gets it started in the midfield over to Ouimet, who passes it poorly into space, turns the ball quickly over. We are in our white kits today. As the Brown with the white sash of Cloudsdale is lining up on the other side, who gets an early shot off in this match, and it's on target as well. We are currently leading in fouls. I'm going to try dropping us back into a more cautious defense and see what that does for us. And that's sent over the bar, very close to being a goal early, but that's going to be a corner kick. Cloudsdale lines up their corner kick here in the 6th minute. It's currently paused right now to make a few changes, so I'm probably going to do a little bit of changing myself to play for more set pieces. As Coronado Forbes sends the ball into the box, but it's quickly sent over everyone. Okuga takes the ball out on the outside. He still has it on the wing, back to Janama. And it sends it in, but it's cleared out by Joshiaro over to Villarreal, though not cleared out far enough. But Restrepo saves the ball there as an early start to this match. 3 shots already, all 3 on target for Cloudsdale in a very tense fixture. I do believe Cloudsdale is one of the better teams in this league right now. Another opportunity for Forbes off the corner. Every highlight has just been from our own end of the pitch. Moberg takes the ball right on the edge of the box. He's quickly marked down. Lewis, and that's a goal. Zico Lewis gets his another goal of the season as Cloudsdale goes up early 1-0. That was really unfortunate when it looked like he kind of deflected off a player and Lewis was just in the right space at the right time for that one, right for that goal. Let's kind of look at the replay. I actually do want to see this replay on this instance. Yeah, it just kind of deflected back to him, and that's not much else we could do. Let's move it back up to kind of a balanced formation. Shoot on sight, and let's try and hit our crosses early, dribble, run at the defense, and be more disciplined. We have 5 fouls in the first 12 minutes of play. That's certainly not anything we want to be looking at, and I honestly thought this side would have been a lot better in their attack given the 4 names that we have leading the attack, but I haven't truly been impressed by this team so far. Not been impressed by how the boys have been playing today. Hey, still hats off to Cloudsdale for starting the match on a fantastic run of form. Another chance for Strepo. That's a second goal for Zico Lewis in this match. Yeah, pressing him would certainly be beneficial here as Cloudsdale takes a 2-0 advantage in this fixture. This is certainly turning into a bloodbath match right now as Cloudsdale early advantage in the 19th minute of play. Checking in on a few of the other matches, and there is no score in those other games right now. Still without a shot on our own terms. I don't know what is happening right now with this team that we're just not able to get shots and we have more fouls than we do offensive opportunities. Carl Ouimet picks up his own yellow card. Sebastian Valaquez dribbling ball with our first attacking opportunity of the match, I hope. He kind of holds onto the ball in the midfield. Carl Ouimet, the AI Queen's Park Strangers, goes up against our next opponent, VSI Pally. Early in that match, Sean Francis kicks the ball out and we'll get a corner kick here in the 28th minute. As we line up the corner kick from Santi-Moar, who quickly doesn't clear the first line of defense but passes it back to Sebastian Valaquez. Cameron Lancaster with a chance, but Joe Kuzminski is very good to swallow up the ball in the goal box to hold on to that corner kick. He sends it forward to Thomason Voltson, who finds the ball in space. Tries to dribble around the first defender, passes it in, nearly shoots it wide and gets a goal right there, but terrific opportunity from a long-range effort. Jermaine Taylor tries to pass it into play, but he quickly has it cleared back, but almost certainly gets the ball back into play. Solomon Asante recovers it into the box. Wallfall passes it over to Sebastian Valaquez. Long-range effort from Kevin Lambert. But it's sent over the bar. We can't really fault the effort right there. We certainly needed our shots, and we got that shot on that opportunity. God, 10 fouls. How is this team not more disciplined at all? Yeah, I said be more disciplined, and we'll certainly see how. Let's try moving into just kind of a wide formation, not to be extremely wide, and see if changing up any of that would work. I'm not going to shout. Santi Moore gets a yellow card as well. Yep, from this match, we make it to halftime, down 2-0 at the break. If we look around the other parts of the league, Queens Park Strangers, the AI team, goes up 1-0 over VSI Pally, as it is a missed penalty from the Dead Whales FC that keeps that match 0-0 at the break. Yeah, the performance was very disappointing. Is there anything that just kind of tells them? Yeah, show me something else in the second half. I'm going to be fired up by this team, and that we have to perform better in this second half if we want to have a chance at competing with this team. Chadama takes the ball in the back line for Cloudsdale FC, passes it over to Miller. Elizabethtown takes the lead over Dead Whales FC as well, 1-0. Over to Villarreal. Miller. 10-2 shot advantage for Cloudsdale. This certainly has not been the match that we all thought or had hoped it was going to be when we kind of dove into this, but we have a chance to turn around. Sebastian Valaquez on the edge of the box. Santimar clears it, and it's sent over the bar. Gosh, that is such an unfortunate opportunity right there. We're getting a few more shots off here in the second half, but we really thought that we had that opportunity right there. Kuzminski sends the ball into play off of a free kick, but it's going to be held up by Innovoltson. Jermaine Taylor takes the ball away, sends it into space up to Cameron Lancaster, dribbles around the first defender. Now let's see if he can get an opportunity here. He's quickly marked down into the box. Sebastian Valaquez swallows it into the middle of the box, sends it over the bar for another goal kick. Let's see if we can work the ball into the box and try and hit crosses early. Yeah, I don't want to go into trying to shoot on sight. Hold on, God, a bunch of yellow cards now. We are easily going to be the highest fouling team in the league right now. I can almost guarantee it. I'm going to wait until around 65 to try and make a substitution. We'll work on trying to get Moar out of the game, as since Moar just hasn't had a fantastic match, and maybe we work on trying to get someone else into play. But Solomon Asante takes it nearly the length of the pitch on its own, but sends it into the middle of the box to Kevin Lambert. Moore takes the ball with an opportunity in the box, sends it in, and Cameron Lancaster sends it in and gets a goal back. Well done by Lancaster and Santi Moore to get one more goal back on the score line. And we have a chance to kind of run at this match up to 4th position. And here, let's take a look at what kind of led up to that goal. Santi Moore holds it in on that left side of the box. Cameron Lancaster just kind of flicks it past him into the back of the net. Very good chance right there, and I think that deserves Moore to stay on the pitch for at least a little bit longer and see how he plays out. I will try and sub off Josh Yarrow for David Najim, who I think is probably a bit better of a right back there, and we'll see how everything plays out after we kind of get back after this highlight. He'll get subbed onto the pitch, but we have Jermaine Taylor on the back line, passes it over to Yarrow, who will be some of his last action of the match. Advances forward as David Najim comes onto the pitch. Santimar is kind of wearing down on the match, so I may want to try and while we're paused, looked into bringing a substitute in from who's also on a yellow card as well. So let's go Corey Herzog in for Santimar, and let's hope that kind of changes things up. Noir's played a very good fixture, even though I just said he hasn't been as fantastic, but he was good to get that assist right there. But I'm going to try and bring in Herzog and see how he does, to try and fight back and claw into this league and maybe eke out a draw. This certainly has been a better second half than we had a first half. Yep, I'm fine with those instructions. Let's play and move forward with this and see what happens. Still currently on pause, I think. Yep. Kind of a weird instance that we had right there. I may make one more substitution late if I want to... Nah, I can't take off Lancaster after getting that. When I may take off Aliquest to try and bring on Enzo Martinez, means we have to try and find a way to kind of claw back into this league. So I'm going to take this opportunity right now to bring on Enzo Martinez for... Or, actually, no. Cancel. Let's play. Canardo Forbes. Restrepo, who saves the opportunity right there as we experience a tiny bit of lag in that instance, but it's cleared out. I am actually going to pause right here and do, I guess, a pro gamer move right now to take Wallfall out for Enzo Martinez. Confirm that. We'll play it out after this tactical change. And I'll bring Enzo Martinez as an additional move forward. Move Valaquez over to the side. Or, sorry, Kevin Lamp. Or into the midfield as the sole kind of midfielder. And we'll play with a 4-1-5 wide formation to just try and get a goal. And Voltson takes a chance, but deflected out by Restrepo. Very good save that he had right there to maintain the scoreline at what it is. Corner for Cloudsdale FC. Chris Wehan lines up to take the corner. Alright, he is recovering from an injury he had from his previous first week fixture. Things are getting ready in the box. Wehan steps up, sends it over to Carl Wimet, who has the ball clear, but Jadama will chase it down. Reach into 5 minutes of stoppage time, as Cloudsdale is going to look to take this match and keep it in hand. Here, Queen's Park Strangers go up 2-0 over VSI Pauli. We drop down to 5th place as the Strangers get a goal that kind of almost sets their match result in stone. Advancing a bit forward here in stoppage time, Restrepo will have a chance on the goal kick to send it forward, but it's quickly snuffed out by the Cloudsdale defense. Then over to Jadama, backs it over to Miller. Herzog tries to take the ball away, but it's quickly sent up forward to Voltson, who has a chance right here, sends it off the pipe. Wow, Restrepo will take the ball into the box. That very well could have been his third goal for Cloudsdale right here, who's been playing well. Sebastian Valaquez with a free kick opportunity, sends it over the bar. That was the chance right there. Here to try and equalize this match. Kuzminski sends the ball into play. Yeah, but Asante will chase it down first, who has an opportunity to dribble down on Zyko Lewis and awards a free kick. I'll be curious if Lewis ends up getting a card right there, which he does not. David Najee takes the ball off the free kick, sends it up to Asante short, or over to Sebastian Valaquez in the middle, tries to dribble around the first defender, it doesn't work, sends it over out to David Najee wide. He tries to get around Zyko Lewis, gets it around Zyko Lewis, but can't get around that second defender. There, the ball's gone out of play. It's a throw into Cloudsdale, and that will be about it. We can't fault the boys for the effort down the stretch, but Cloudsdale will take the 3 points from this one with a 2-1 shot advantage. Just kind of looking at a few of the other shot stats that we had from this, that was a 644 to 290 just total shots, and then 582 passes passes is what I've been talking about. So it is what it is. There's not much we could have done. I feel like that was about as best as we could have played for that match. Cloudsdale was certainly one of the better teams of the league that we'll end up running into. So overall, it's not terrible. I did see VSI Pally had a difficult fixture against the AI opponent, and considering that's our next one, hopefully that's probably nice to kind of look into. And Elizabethtown takes a 2-0 result, as of right now, over Dead Whales FC, who missed a penalty kick in the first half. Let's check in on that Elizabethtown and Dead Whales FC fixture if we're able to. I was just pleased that Cameron Lancaster was able to find the scoreline. On this match, he through his first 2 games, he was certainly disappointing as a forward, and we'll hope for a lot better kind of going forward. Elizabethtown with 2 goals right now from just 6 shots, and 4 of which were on target. As you have 18 shots from Dead Whales. Very near the end of the match right now. I think Elizabethtown will pretty much kind of wrap this one up and take the result. That's going to be a huge match next week, or next match week, as we have Cloudsdale and Elizabethtown facing off for the top of the table bragging rights right here. Yeah, as we're seeing in the Discord chat, Cloudsdale in our last match probably should have won that game by more than just the 2-1 result that they did, but it's certainly a result they won't turn down as we look at it in retrospect. Elizabethtown is probably going to end up holding on to this fixture, and they'll be alright with taking 3 points from this one. Dead Whales will certainly be disappointed to not take away any points from the performance they put out today of an 18-shot advantage, 8 shots on target, and led the possession 65-35, but they'll have a chance to try and get one back as they pass it in to George on the back line, who's sitting on a yellow card. Over to Donovan. Still holds on to the ball, but he passes it back to the goalkeeper. Over to Metzger, who's also on a yellow card. Dre Fortune tries to dribble it into the box, but it's quickly blocked out by the defense, but not cleared far enough to clear away the danger. Alston and sends the ball out of play up to Daniel Rios. Over to Guzman, who will dribble into the box almost unmarked the entire way, but it quickly just rolls to the Elizabethtown keeper without any challenge. Or the Dead Whales keeper without any challenge. Bossetti, he takes the ball over to George. Looks like they're just trying to kill the clock here, as this match has certainly been wrapped up for a bit. George up to Metzger. George over to Lucas Ferris. Tries to take an opportunity, and that sends left of the goal. That was the chance right there for Dead Whales FC to get back into this match. Yeah, so looking in Discord talking about this fixture of Wales doing the same exact thing, double the completed passes of the opponent, but the match doesn't look the same way. All I can say to that is just Football Manager is going to Football Manager with a bunch of these results. Metzger takes a chance here in the midfield to try and get something back to lessen the goal differential, which I believe for your Wilmington Town FC is currently sitting at a -2 now. Alston dribbles the ball forward for Elizabethtown. Tries to take the chance over to Lewis. Dan Metzger, and that is full time right there as Elizabethtown picks up the clean sheet in the 2-0 result over Dead Whales FC. The first goal coming at stoppage time in the first half, the second goal coming at the 66th minute. Let's advance forward. I think we have now dropped down to 5th place in the table behind VSI Pally, who is going to be our next opponent. But I'm pleased we've kind of gone on somewhat of a scoring streak currently to have a goal in each of our last 2 games. Kind of disappointed not to get that first one in the season, but in that first match, but I'm relatively pleased with how things have been going. I've been looking forward to kind of the remaining fixtures that we have. I feel like we have a chance to turn things around against Pally to try and jump back into the win column here, or at least pick up a draw at minimum. And then Elizabethtown is going to certainly be a very tough opponent when we play them, and for that kind of 5th match of the season. Let's look at the tactics here. I don't know. This is a almost tough situation that I didn't feel like anyone played particularly just horrible outright. I did say Moore had a tough match, but then he picks up the assist that we had from that game and our sole goal. And maybe if he didn't end up getting that scoreline, Lancaster would have been subbed out for Kamadawasa or Dane Kelly, but we certainly have a very attacking-oriented bench, as Jack Mars and David Najim is the only 2 players on our bench right now who's more defensive-oriented. Yeah, still talking in the Discord chat right now that Cloudsdale FC is very much a first-half team. We saw that from our last match as they got both of their goals in the first half, and then they almost played a lot better in that second half as they kind of fell off the wayside there. I think if they would have kept up the pace that they had in their first half, Cloudsdale probably would have ended up blanking me about 4-0 in that match. That they were just that much better than me in that first half, so I was pleased to try and just get anything back in that second. But we're currently just waiting on the one player to move forward, and we should be good to go for the second match of this stream. I do hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, like and subscribe and comment if you like the videos. It certainly means a lot to me that you guys watch. I'm appreciative of all you guys out there. Let's see how we can do against VSI Pally in this next match. I think I'm sitting on still with a kind of 3 points of a 1-0-2 record right now. Yep, that was tough, and we're certainly going to lead the league in just getting cards. VSI Pally is actually last in the league right now at 6, so we are currently sitting in 5th, and I honestly have to say this is a must-win fixture for us to kind of just assert ourselves going forward, that we're not going to be kind of bossed around from this title race. Hey, we need to kind of just jump into a fixture going forward. Zyka Lewis picks up the brace for Cloudsdale, and that pretty much was all she wrote. There's a 31,000 attendance, which we were talking about this, but I feel like the attendances are certainly incredibly random with what they have right now. Yeah, Herzog had a tough go at things in that last match, but I'm confident. Let's try and improve things. Maybe we should shift the formation here. Let's see if we can keep the wing play, but go to more of a 4-1-4-1. And I realize that that's just back to where we started from. Let's bring out Sebastian Valaquez for Dane Kelly. I'm going to try this. Let's see how this ends up just for the one match. Waterfall may be a weak point right there, so let's change him for Enzo Martinez. Tiny bit of lag that we had on that instance. This will be an interesting formation for sure. started making something, had a meltdown, and bon appetit, to quote Great British Bake Off right here. Going with a 4-1-5, although I guarantee you the second we give up a goal, I would honestly change this formation, but I need to get Dane Kelly into playing form, and I feel like this is the way to do it. Gosh golly, that is a lot of yellow cards that we would have in the formation. People who would be just kind of banned from their next match if they were to get another yellow card. Would Cameron Owasa be better than Dane Kelly in this instance? No, Dane Kelly would be the better player here. Slightly. I'm just doing this because I want to score goals. Worst comes to worst, I can definitely bring in Wallfall on that midfield instance, but Lambert's now up to entirely in green, same with Enzo Martinez and Cameron Lancaster here. Asante is mostly playing the position he likes to play. Very nearly more on the edge, but I can easily put Sebastian Valaquez in that instance. Then a backline of Francis, we met Taylor and Yarrow. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty much good to advance and feel like this should be the way forward for this team. Yeah, we're all talking about how our backline is. Each of us has that one player who's always susceptible to kind of being weaker than the rest. For me, I feel like that's Sean Francis or Josh Yarrow in our kind of wing backs or right or left back going forward. But I feel like this will be at least a better game, kind of ready to go. Still want to try for that kind of wing play, but we'll see how this goes. I leave a lot of space open in the midfield, especially kind of around Lambert, who has to take a very kind of wide formation in how he's playing. So I feel like overall this should be somewhat okay, and we'll see kind of how things end up. Jumping back into this recording, it seems like we're having a little bit of a delay right now with someone trying to get out of their match, so I guess while we wait on that, I'll try and pull up some of the tactics or front and previous results. That's weird. Trying to continue forward. Let's look at the competitions. Definitely a crucial match going forward for VSI Pally. Formella of Cloudsdale has currently been the best player right now in the league at an 8.25 average rating. A bunch of players currently sitting on 2 goals, but this next fixture in week 4 between Cloudsdale and Elizabethtown will certainly decide the fate of this kind of first season and of play until they meet again. And it's certainly going to be one match to watch for all of us. But I'll be happy to kind of get back home for our Wilmington Town FC against VSI Pally. Still currently waiting on trying to advance forward. I'm not entirely sure what the holdup is. I think what we're saying in Discord is trying to get it to be, would it not take a match report, but I think a few of these games are frozen. still trying to wait and see going forward, but still, I'm gonna kind of keep playing around with this formation and seeing what happens. I'm shocked that I took Forrest Lasso so early, and he's just not the optimal choice right here. I almost want to switch out We Met to have Lasso in that position, and just have someone who's not on a yellow card on my back line. Yeah, we've currently been stuck on a screen for about 5 minutes, so we're still working on getting things figured out on our own end. Who else? If you guys have any suggestions in the comments for how the team or what you think of how the season's been going, certainly let me know. I've been trying to play a lot of the guys that I have on my bench a bit more. Jared Van Schaik and Javon Watson are the two kind of backup left wing backs, so I think I could work into that position. Jermaine Taylor could also play for Josh Yaro's spot. Not so could David Najim. But Herzog has been another player that I've brought off the bench. And so is Jack Marr, who played one of our games on our back line. But We Met with a yellow card. I think that's a bit dangerous to see, and I want to play Forrest Lasso and just kind of see how things go, even though he doesn't have the kind of most match sharpness as of right now. It's sitting at an 84. Still kind of waiting and seeing what happens with our our other managers of this league. I'm going to go look around and take a look at some of the other stats and everything that sticks out to me. Looking at the player stats that we have right now, the goals are currently just set. Here we are, saving game and finally just to advance. Check the inbox really quick, and then I'll hit ready to go as well. Open with an assist